Well, hello there, laddies and lasses. I hope you're doing dandy-finalicious this day. We just hit 50,000 subscribers. That is more than most small towns, you know. It's a absolutely ridiculous amount. I find it so hard to imagine that 50,000, just imagine 50,000 people standing in front of you. That is a massive amount of people. It is absolutely ridiculous, and thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you stick around. I hope that you maintain your interest for the videos, and I can manage to persist with the entertainment, and that we have many, many good days in front of us. So, to celebrate this very, very awesome milestone, I decided to make a Q&A. If you haven't visited the Discord channel yet, the link will be down in the description, and that's where I take the questions from. There is a channel for Q&A for future special videos. So if you have any questions there that you would like to have answered in the future, feel free to drop on by and drop the questions in there. Alright, let's get into it. The Third Man asks, what inspired you to start YouTube as a whole? I got into YouTube back in 2009, and the very first videos I posted were of Nazi zombies in Call of Duty World at War. I think I had found some glitches that made you invincible. You could do this weird kind of sprint jump into a corner, and the AI that controlled the zombies kind of freaked out, and it wasn't able to find you, so you could just sit in that corner and just shoot everything, and you could survive forever. And I think I also posted some videos about mods, you know. There was the very early days of the modding community, and there were mods that replaced guns and stuff in zombies. And I remember I got such a hate wave from console players because they thought I was a hacker or something and cheating. It's like, no, it's just, you know, PC. You can modify files, man. It's a single-player game. Oh, that was fun. But that is how I got into YouTube initially, back in the day. Luke asks, where do you like to see yourself in the future, regarding both YouTube and maybe personal life? Ooh, enticing. So, when it comes to my personal life, I have a day job, and, you know, I'm a pretty regular dude, I would say. I don't really have any major plans for the future. I don't have, you know, I want to do this specific thing. You know, eventually I want to start a family. Eventually I want to travel to certain places, but it's not like a specific thing. It's not like I see myself sitting on a beach on Miami with the margarita in my hand, watching the sunset. You know, I think dreams like that are a bit too specific. That's a moment, not a lifestyle. So I don't know. I'm usually pretty happy as long as things are pointing in the right direction. And when it comes to YouTube, I'm not sure. The same thing goes there. I'm much of the person that takes things as they come. So as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing here, you know, I'm gonna keep doing it, and as long as people support it and enjoy watching it, that gives me extra motivation to create more content. Yeah, pretty vague answers, I guess, but that's pretty much all I have at this point. I'm still young, you know, mentally. I'm like 12. DP Cool asks, will you upload more music in the future? Yeah, probably. I have a bunch of half-finished projects. I don't spend as much time with music nowadays as I used to, but I still dabble with it from time to time. I actually have one finished music project that will probably go up pretty soon. I did it with my old friend Slask, that some of you older viewers might remember. And it is a trap rap song, and we're gonna make a small music video for it before we upload it. It is a great musical masterpiece. Sky asks, what is your current favorite game? What about favorite genre? I think the game I play the most right now is probably Ark Survival Evolved, or like Skyrim. I don't play that many hours per week anymore. I used to play quite a bit back in the day, but now it's more a thing I do when I want to relax and I don't have anything better to do. Or, you know, a Saturday evening and you're really tired and just stay home and play video games with friends. So I don't think I have that much of a specific game at the moment. I typically enjoy sandbox games a lot, where you're free to roam around and do what you want. What's the most weird thing you've seen in public? I've seen a lot of weird things in public, but I think one of the freakiest things I saw was quite recently, where I was on my way home from a from some kind of party. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was quite early in the morning, you know, or late at night, however you want to put it. It was like 4 a.m. or something. I wasn't too drunk, I was mainly just tired. And I saw this girl on the other end on the subway, and she was completely hammered. She could not sit up on her own, she was falling asleep in her seat. So when the train stopped at the end station, where I was also getting off, she did not get up. So me and one other guy, we kind of, you know, carried her outside, because otherwise she would end up in like a train garage or something. And it was a bit freaky, because I don't think she was drunk. She had been drugged by some kind of, you know, date rape drug or some creepy crap like that. And she was completely incoherent, but she said something along the lines of, there was some creepy dude who had said, now you can never leave me, or something like that. So we called the ambulance, and they went and picked her up. And I mean, she was stable, but that was kind of freaky. You kind of lose a bit of hope in humanity when you see stuff like that people like that actually exist. The guy, not the girl on the train. So that was very freaky. Luke asks, would you like to make YouTube videos or music for a living? I do make money off my YouTube channel. It's not massive amounts, partially due to that I don't get an insane amount of views, but also that some of my videos get demonetized, and I don't really have any sponsorships or any stuff like that. I do make some money off of it, but I don't think I would want to go full-time. I still enjoy having a day job. I still need something to kick me out of bed in the morning, and I still need to get out of the house, meet people. And to me, YouTube is a very fun place to grow as a creator. But YouTube in general is like pop culture, you know? And I still want to experience the industry. I still want to experience what it's like to work in a company and to do all the, you know, grown-up stuff. I wouldn't say I am full-blooded in either one of those categories, so I really enjoy this kind of life where I can do both, where I have YouTube as like a part-time job/hobby, and then I have this regular job that keeps my schedule rolling and gives me like a normal life, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't want to go YouTube full-time, but I am pretty happy with how it is right now. And I think I spend maybe 20 hours a week on YouTube, something like that. It's probably more, because I also spend time, you know, reading comments or checking what I'm gonna make the next video about. So it's probably more hours than that. But I would say 20 hours is probably what I spend here in the studio. Okay, here we go. This one is more serious. Sky asks, would you accept absolute leadership of a country if you were offered it? Why or why not? Alternatively, how would you reform current leadership of your or any other country that you have absolute authority to make changes, and then those changes are simply implemented, no personal link to you? It would be as if these changes were made without your involvement, no people going after you for changing it in a way they disliked. That's like a very interesting question. It's kind of, you know, the genie in the bottle. In this case, like the political genie in the bottle, but still. I would be very reluctant to change any major things. I'm still young. I'm about to turn 27. I have my university education and stuff, / I am very smart, but I still wouldn't trust myself to make those kinds of major decisions, really. I'm still a kid, and I don't think I know enough about the world to make those kinds of decisions. The videos I've made in the past that are more serious, where I talk about, you know, more serious topics, they're still often on a personal level. They still often land in, you know, life philosophy, kind of. You know, how you should go about your ambition, or how you should achieve goals, or, you know, don't let other people bring you down, that kind of stuff, which is relatively straightforward. But when it comes to macro changes on a worldly scale or a national scale, I don't think I would trust myself making those kinds of decisions. So, no, I would not. Maybe in 30 or 40 years. Gotta look forward to something. Xiory asks, would you be playing games again, or in any occasion? I am thinking about starting a Minecraft channel, linked to this Discord. Basically just renting a server. I'm still looking into the details, because I don't think I will personally have enough time to administrate the whole thing. So I'm currently looking if, you know, one of my old-time followers or anyone is willing to step up. Obviously, I'll be the one who pays for it, but I just need someone else to, you know, manage it. So that's something I'm thinking about. I might make gaming videos in the future. I am not sure. They will probably not be in the same kind of style as they used to be in that case, but I guess I'm kind of open for it, but I would have to figure out the flow of which I would make those videos in, if that makes sense. I haven't decided on the style, and I haven't really decided if I want to make gaming videos. The gaming scene is very different from back in the day when I did it. So we'll see. The answer is maybe. Xova asks, do you believe in any conspiracies that is about the world/governments? Oh, this is a juicy one. Generally speaking, there is corruption in the world. There always will be people bribing each other behind doors, and it's more of a question of how corrupt a government is, for example. It will always exist. It's just a question of how much, and as long as it doesn't reach a critical level, it's quote-unquote fine. But conspiracies? Not really, no. And without going into any specific conspiracy, you can say, I follow a rule that's similar to this. The more people that are involved in a conspiracy, or theoretically would be involved to make that conspiracy work, the less likely it is to be true. So what I mean by this is, for example, let's take a very simple conspiracy. Let's say that you are adopted and your parents don't want to tell you. They could probably make that conspiracy work pretty easily. You know, you only need a handful of people. You need your parents to, have their backstory and not slip up, maybe an elder relative or two, and maybe a doctor to sign a birth certificate or something like that. And there you go. That's the entire story. The rest you can do with like Photoshop pictures. Still pretty unlikely, I don't think a lot of parents do that, but it's still possible just based on the amount of people involved. It is not impossible that no people slip up or grow a conscience. Conscience? Yeah. But when it comes to larger conspiracies, where you involve massive amounts of people, thousands or even millions of people, it is very unlikely that not a single person would leak any information. Take the flat earth thing, for example. To maintain a conspiracy like that, if the flat earth thing was true. I'm an engineer, by the way, so I don't really believe in a flat earth. But let's say for a second that flat earth was the case. You would need every single airplane captain, every single ship captain, everyone who owns a ship, pretty much every single world government and everyone who works within them. Everyone who works in the academy or in some kind of nature science would need to be in on it. And every military institution, and you would need to guard the border so people don't pass it, and every single space exploration program, every single satellite, every single industry that produces anything that goes up in the air pretty much, all of that would need to be involved. I mean, we're talking half the human population, for God's sake. So, nah. So in those cases, not really, no. I don't believe in many conspiracies. Britt asks, what is your favorite non-video game to play? I enjoy Dungeons & Dragons. That is fun. It's like creative, and you can create your own adventures. That's really cool if you have a group to play with, although it's a bit more of an investment than regular board games. Other than that, I really enjoy a game called Small World. It's kind of like Risk, but more dynamic, and it's a fantasy theme. So basically you have races that you pick that are randomized together with a special ability. That is, for example, you capture territories more easily, or you can place down fortresses, or whatever it might be. And it's round-based, and by the end of the game, the one with the most cash wins. So instead of in Risk, where you gain new soldiers, you instead gain money, and the one with the most money in the end wins. So it's a bit more... it actually has a time limit. It's not like Risk, where you play for 10 hours. I think that's probably my favorite board game right now. Doomsday Papa asks, how do you feel about the channel so far in terms of views, content, and community? And are there further plans/goals you are working on or want to accomplish? Like I talked a bit about, I don't have any really super specific plans for this channel. I'm kind of just riding the wave. I'm just enjoying it. This is still a hobby. I do it for fun. I mean, of course, you always want to reach higher numbers, or, you want to be able to have a bigger following so you can do fun things like create gaming servers or, do events of sorts, and that kind of stuff brings new potential. But in general, I wouldn't say I have super specific goals. The content I'm doing right now is pretty light-hearted, if that makes sense. I have been thinking about making more serious videos, and I've done so in the past, but I'm not sure if it's really a good fit for YouTube, if I'm gonna be honest. So we will see. But for now, I'm just sticking to lighthearted, fun content and music. It is a pretty good mix. I have a day job. I don't need to be serious 24/7. Yes, Prem asks, on YouTube, which videos do you regret posting the most? I don't think I regret posting a lot of stuff, to be honest. I haven't really been a part of any YouTube drama or stuff of the like that is like really bad. I have posted a few cringy videos in the past, obviously. You live and learn. You will make some bad shit on the road. That's just how everything works in life. Ash asks, who made your icon? It's an old fan of mine who made like a fan art way back in the day. I will leave a link in the description to it. Really talented artist, so I would recommend you checking it out. But that's who made my profile picture. Revalen asks, what's the video you're most proud of posting? I would honestly say my Dragonborn Comes cover. It is probably the video I'm most proud of at the moment, because it's something a bit more serious. It took a lot of work, but people can still relate to it. I will also leave the link down in the description. I made a deep vocals cover of the Skyrim soundtrack, and I'm very happy with how it turned out, and it's by no means my most popular video or anything. It is a cover of the verse, if I remember correctly, and I rewrote the chorus. So the chorus is like written by me, and the rest of the song is a cover. But I'm very happy with it, and it was a lot of effort, and it was a bit of a small but very perfectionist project I made. So that's probably the video I'm the most proud of. And I think those were most of the questions. I did not answer all the questions here, and a lot of them were repeating questions, so hopefully you understand. But other than that, if you wanted to leave questions for me, you can go to the Discord and just go to the channel and pop them in there, and they will probably be brought up in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you so much for 50k. This has been a very fast journey the past few weeks. It has been ridiculous how fast this channel is growing right now. And thank you so much for all the support, and thank you so much for sticking by. And I hope you have a wonderful day, night time, or whatever time is for you. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.